Okay, so this is problem number 11 for section 4.6, and it's asking us to factor completely a squared times a minus 1 plus 2a times a minus 1 plus a minus 1. And so when we factor this, what we have to look at is each of these sections or parts of the problem to see if they have anything in common between all three parts that have been added together. And so the one thing that I see that they all have in common is this a minus 1. So if we factor out an a minus 1, then we write what's left over in parentheses after we have factored a minus 1 out of each section. And so when we factor a minus 1 out of a squared times a minus 1, we are left with a squared. When we factor a minus 1 out of 2a times a minus 1, we are left with 2a. And when we factor a minus 1 out of a minus 1, really what happens when you're factoring these things out is that you're dividing them out, or dividing out a factor of a minus 1. And so when we divide a minus 1 by a minus 1, we just get a positive 1. And so the answer becomes, at this step of the problem, a minus 1 times a squared plus 2a plus 1. But when you are factoring completely, anytime you still have a square in your problem, 2 or bigger on your exponent, that's an idea that it might factor again. So we have a minus 1, and then we do two sets of parentheses to see if we can factor a squared plus 2a plus 1. And so a squared factors into a times a, and 1 factors into 1 plus 1. And when the second sign is positive, that means both the signs are going to be the same inside these parentheses, and this plus tells us that they're both going to be a plus. So now we have a minus 1 and we have a plus 1 squared, because we have two of those, which means we can write it as a plus 1 quantity squared. And this should be our answer. So if you have any other questions about this or questions about anything that I have said during this video, you can just email me and let me know. Thank you.